Good morning. Today on Spotlight, the aftermath of the violence and tragedy that took place last week on the campus of Michigan State University. What's next for our children, our state, and our nation? And what will it take to confront this problem and get control of these senseless shootings? We'll ask Michigan State Senator Mallory McMorrow, a Democrat representing Michigan's 8th District. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll talk to Wayne County Commission Chair Alicia Bell and find out why she was in Washington, D.C. last week. It's Sunday, February the 19th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. State Senator Mallory McMorrow, thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. A horrific few days that we've just all incurred, and certainly it is impacting you and so many others right there in our capital city. If there's one thing everyone is saying and seems to be agreeing on is we must do something. I hear that call in every press release I see. You're attempting to do something along with some of your other colleagues, particularly on the Democratic side, have introduced legislation to strengthen gun control in the state of Michigan. Tell us in a nutshell what that legislation would do if it goes through intact.
Thanks, Chuck, and thanks for having me on what is a really, really dark week. One thing that I do want to make clear is the legislation that we are introducing has been worked on for years, up to a decade. We started working on this bill package. I know that in the wake of tragedies like this one, there's a gut reaction to say that it's a whiplash response, but this is not. Something that really moved me yesterday when we had hundreds of MSU kids here at the Capitol is how many kids got up and said that they had previously been impacted by gun violence, whether at their schools, at home, with friends who had attempted suicide, domestic violence. I mean, this is the #1 killer of kids. So our bills would create red flag laws here in the state of Michigan, which would allow temporary confiscation of firearms from somebody who's an immediate risk to themselves or others. It would also expand universal background checks and create safe storage laws, which would require firearms be safely stored when not in use by the owner.
Okay, you certainly said that you've been working on it for 10 years, so obviously you've been laboring in the vineyards with that. What's different now, if anything, in terms of possibly getting this passed through the legislature? Is it just the fact that the Democrats have a trifecta for the first time in 40 years or not?
You know, I think that's a huge piece of it. We had introduced this legislation time after time over the last term, and even though these ideas are ideas that 80 to 90% of Americans agree on, the Republican leadership in the last term refused to take them up even for a hearing. So I do think with new leadership, we will hear them, we will debate, we will move them through. But my hope is, especially given the broad support for these issues, that we're going to have bipartisan support as well.
Why do you think that this legislation will make a difference? Many people believe that gun violence in this country has reached epidemic proportion. If that is indeed true, what is it about some bills in the state of Michigan that could make a difference?
It has reached epidemic proportions. And I think what we all have to acknowledge is there isn't a single piece of legislation that is going to stop every shooting, but we have to reduce the number. Something like a red flag law, we know that oftentimes gun violence is the result of suicide. People are much more likely to be successful in a suicide attempt if they have access to a firearm. And we know that there are warning signs. Red flag laws in other states have been proven to save lives. We have significant amounts of data to back that up. Safe storage could have prevented something like the Oxford High School shooting if the owner of the gun was required to keep it stored away from somebody who shouldn't have access to it. So this is about reducing the overall amount of gun violence, and these bills really can make a big difference.
All right, Senator, we need to take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll have more questions to State Senator Mallory McMorrow. We'll be right back. Senator McMorrow, do you have any Republican co-sponsors and supporters on this legislation?
We will see. I will say the bills are in their final stages. We have introduced them in past terms. We will be introducing them here again in the coming days and looking for committee hearings very quickly.
Can you get this done without Republican support if it comes to that? I know you would like to have this as a bipartisan effort, but if for some reason they say we aren't going with this legislation, do you have the power and the clout now in Lansing to get this done?
We do. We have support within the Democratic caucuses, but I can tell you from the pained faces of kids and parents yesterday, they're going to be watching all of their legislators to see how they respond.
What are you hearing from your colleagues on the other side of the political aisle as their biggest opposition to this? Is there any one part of this bill or just the bill in general?
You know, I think we have to break through the rhetoric related to gun violence. And I will say a positive is that we have a gun violence prevention caucus here in the legislature, and there are Republican members now for the first time. We are having these conversations. I think the concerns are around due process, around protecting the Second Amendment, and we're very confident with these bills. This is about gun safety. This is about keeping firearms out of the hands of people who should not have them. This is not going to impact anybody who is a responsible, safe gun owner, and frankly, anybody who is a responsible gun owner should want these things to make sure that their guns are kept out of the hands of people who should not have them.
From the legal standpoint, if you're successful, you and your colleagues, in getting this legislation passed here in Michigan, Governor Whitmer signing it into law, do you run the risk of this conflicting with the U.S. Constitution and the right to bear arms and end up getting sued from all kind of other things and this just ends up in the courts?
You know, look, even Justice Antonin Scalia in the Supreme Court made it very clear that the Second Amendment should come with reasonable restrictions, just like any of our rights. You know, we have the right to free speech, but you cannot slander somebody. You cannot libel somebody. You cannot scream fire in a crowded movie theater. There are safeguards in all of our rights to make sure that our rights don't trample on other rights. We also have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And these kids want to know that that right is protected. So no, I'm not worried about this, given precedent, given what the Supreme Court has said in the past, and that these bills and the Second Amendment can and should coexist.
Final question, and we appreciate your time, and I know you've got to run into a committee meeting. What is it you need from the public? Because oftentimes things move and change in communities and in the country and in the state if there's pressure from the public. Is that what you need, or do you need something totally different?
We do need pressure from the public, and especially with what happened this week at Michigan State. Michigan State is a huge institution. This impacts everybody in the state. And I think that this is a moment where everybody feels the grief and the pain that gun violence survivors and those impacted feel every single day. This is a moment where everybody impacted should call or email their elected official and just say what this means to them, what you're feeling right now. And legislators want to know they have the support of their own constituents, especially on divisive issues like this one. I know the support is out there, and your legislators need to hear from you.
All right, State Senator Mallory McMorrow, representing the 8th District here in Michigan. Thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight, and we will stay in touch with you and keep a close watch on this legislation.
Thank you.
And coming up, we'll talk to the chair of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners, Alicia Bell. Welcome back to Spotlight. Joining me now is Alicia Bell. She is the chair of the Wayne County Commission. Welcome back to Spotlight. Last time we had you, I think it was at our downtown studio.
Yes, it was.
So we got you out here in Southfield now. You got sworn in again as chair, third term. What are your goals for, what do you want to see in this term? get done in Wayne County.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for having me. You know,
It's our pleasure.
the first time we were downtown in 2019, that was my first term as chair. This is the beginning of my third term as chair. And we have a lot of goals in mind. You know, across the country, county governments, state governments, all levels of government are having a hard time finding employees. Retention is very, very hard right now.
Coming out of COVID.
Coming out of COVID, retaining our current workforce and even attracting new workers here. So that's one of my goals so far, is to make sure that we're working together to not be a barrier to employment, to keep our employees and then to attract additional employees to our workforce. We're down about 1,000 positions, so we really need to.
So you're hiring.
Yeah, oh, yes, we are hiring. So come to Wayne County. But yeah, that's one of my top goals right now.
Yeah, we know that the state is, I would say, budget rich right now, $9+ something billion that they're trying to figure out what to do with, and everybody has a wish list.
Yes.
How's the county doing now? Because we know a few years back, tough times, but you've turned that corner.
We have definitely turned that corner. I'm so very happy working with the Evans administration, the commission. We have certainly turned that corner. We are doing well. We don't have quite $9 billion, but we have a
You
few.
wish, right?
I know we wish, but we do have a few dollars that we're looking to spend. We were blessed to have ARPA dollars come to us that we're putting all through our communities, all through all 43 communities. We're spreading those ARPA dollars, but we're doing well financially. So it's time to look to see what we can do with those funds internally to our workforce, and then also help the other 43 communities thrive. That's very important as well. We received over $300 million in ARPA dollars, and we're spreading that throughout all of the big cities, little cities throughout Wayne County for those GAP programs that they already had the works for, but they didn't have the last piece of funding. So we're providing that funding for so many great projects throughout the county.
What are you hearing most from your constituents that they want?
They want a livable wage with jobs. They want jobs that pay a livable working wage. They want child care so that they can go out to the workforce. They want good education. They want training. And I'm glad that $50 million of our ARPA dollars are going for workforce development, because that is so very important. You may have had a job that you want a career change, but you don't have those skills. So we're doing workforce development at the adult level and at the children's level with the Boys and Girls Club. We've allowed $500,000 to their workforce development as well. So that is key. People wanting the skills to get these good paying jobs that are out here.
Yeah, we're just coming off the heels of that terrible tragedy at Michigan State University, which once again, everybody's getting up in arms and says, we have to do something, we got to, you know, what is the big question, but it brings up public safety again.
Yes.
Certainly something that I'm sure you hear all the time from various constituents, you know, making sure that we have safe neighborhoods and what have you. What can you do in this area? What, if anything, is the solution to making places safe?
And our hearts go out to the families of everyone affected by the Michigan State tragedy. What we can do, you know, 2 years ago, we started a Wayne County Youth Council, and one of their first resolutions for that youth council was gun control and common sense gun laws. They even went to Lansing to lobby in November, to lobby the legislatures on common sense gun laws. So I'm glad that we have a more friendly legislature now, that we can get some of those things done, you know, red flag laws, making sure that people are able mentally to own a gun, you know. So we're looking forward to whatever we can do at the county level to support the legislature in that effort. But it's just ironic that those young people went up there just a few months ago to beg our legislatures to do something, and now look what just happened.
All right, we need to take a quick little break. When we come back, we want to talk about, you recently went to Washington, D.C. and got a big award.
Yes.
We'll talk about that right after this. Welcome back to Spotlight. You recently went to Washington, D.C., got a big award from the American Medical Association. talk to us about that and why that was so important to you.
Absolutely. You know, the American Medical Association has been around for almost 100 years. They do such good work with our doctors throughout the country. And I was just so pleased that they honored me this past weekend with an award, Local Public Servant of the Year, which is amazing. I'm celebrating 20 years in county government this year. So to have all of the things that I've been working towards recognized was such an honor and a blessing. The things that we've done and I've done over my career as it pertains to healthcare is I'm the chair of the Health Choice a program here in Wayne County, and that's a small business insurance program. So if you're a small business with 3 to 5 to 10 employees, we can provide you health care, affordable health care, which is so important to small businesses because that's an expense they normally can't afford. I've been able to assist in getting us some federally qualified healthcare centers here in Wayne County. It's just a lot that's been on my plate for all of the years that I've been a commissioner. I've been the chair of the Detroit Recovery Project and the NCADD, which is the National Council of Drug and Alcohol Dependence. I've chaired both of those nonprofits because I understand what recovery is like and how important recovery is to our community. So just being involved in all of those things over the lifetime of my career has been so important, and they recognize me for that.
Madam Chair, are we putting enough dollars into mental health?
No. The simple answer is no. We need residential facilities. We need crisis centers. We need to put so much more in mental health. And we see it every day. We see something every day across the country, how if we had those services, a lot of things, crimes could be prevented. Tragedies could be prevented if we had more investment into our mental health system. So I think that is something that across the country that we need to pay more attention to. Otherwise, we're going to have incidents like Michigan State, incidents like even in Buffalo, all across the country. We're going to continue to have these, and if we don't have strong gun laws and mental health programs, crisis centers, and taking the stigma out of it. A lot of times people still are stigmatized and they don't want to talk about it. They want to ignore it. But you know if your family member is in dire need of services, but we kind of ignore that. And unfortunately, it triggers the things that we've seen as of late.
Sure. A lot of exciting things happening in the city of Detroit, downtown, midtown, and even in the neighborhoods. But this is they say it's region versus region these days. And it's major cities versus other major cities. As you interact with your counterparts in Oakland and Macomb and other places, are you all working together as one region rather than I'm Wayne,
Right.
I'm Oakland, you do your thing, but let's not mix it all up?
I am so excited that we work well together. Myself, Chair Woodward in Oakland County, Chair Brown in Macomb County, and myself, we established the Tri-County Summit. We've had 2 summits, and we're having the 3rd one this year in Wayne County to talk about infrastructure, to talk about broadband, the things that affect all of us. The water doesn't stop rolling just because it crosses 8 Mile. You know, it affects all 3 of our counties. So I am so excited that we've had great dialogue together and bringing our counties together for solutions to those issues that affect all of us. So the Tri-County Summit, we're going to have it again this year. I'm so excited because we have to have regional cooperation. It's key that we have to have that, and we're doing that in a great way.
Sure. Final question. Unfortunately, only have about 30 seconds left. Time's always our worst enemy. Pension board, good shape, bad shape right now?
Better shape.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
We've gone from 45% funded to
Making
65%.
improvement.
65% funded. The goal is 80%, but we're at 65, which is better than 45 where we were a few years ago.
All right. Madam Alicia Bell, thank you so much for being with us today on Spotlight. We'll get you back. A whole lot more to talk to, but we'll do it in increments. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you so much.
This iconic campus symbol is a growing memorial for the 3 students lost and the 5 still fighting to live on.
People were crying and scared. It's just a really bad experience. You don't take it seriously until it's happening to you.
We were told to evacuate. We all ran out. It was terrifying. It was pretty scary.
Everyone thinks we left it in high school, and never did I think this would happen.
I just prayed for my daughter. I prayed for the kids that were there.
I am filled with rage
that we have to have another press conference to talk about our children being killed in their schools.
We want the senseless killing to stop.
You hear it on TV, but reality hits when your daughter calls you and say you're on lockdown.
We're focusing on healing. We're asking for a lot of prayers.
I've always loved MSU. My sister went here, my brother went here. It was just a very scary time at the moment. I didn't know what was happening.
She was just with me the weekend. So I thank God that He gave me some time to spend with her.
We are in a unique position to take action and save lives. And that's exactly what we are going to do in the weeks ahead. We're going to get this done for every Spartan who's lucky enough to call campus home. We're going to get this done for Michigan and all students and families and communities.
To those who have survived, I want you to know that you are brave beyond measure and healing is possible. I want you to know that you're not alone, but we stand by you and we will listen to you and we will squeeze you so tight in order to hold you together when you feel that you're falling apart.
Grief is a profoundly personal thing, and we know the healing process will not be swift. We must take time to think, mourn, and be together. I encourage everyone to honor their feelings and find comfort and solace in the close bonds that knit together our Spartan family.
I hope that the message it sends is that no matter what happens, there's always people out there who are there to support you and there to love you, and that no matter what happens, we as a community will always come together and be there for each other.
And finally today, we want to remind MSU students, faculty, and staff that if they need any kind of crisis support, help from the MSU Counseling and Psychiatric Services is available 24/7 by calling 517-355-8270. I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more Newsmakers in the Spotlight.